teachers, teacher educators, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to today's webinar entitled 7 Engaging Strategies to Enhance Speaking. I am Yasmin Leong from the English Language Teaching Center. Now let me introduce to you the speakers for today's webinar. Our first speaker is Cik Hasrina Abdul Rahman, who has more than 20 years of experience in education, specializing in teaching English language and counseling, with considerable experience in project management, including the English initiatives under the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. She is also a master trainer for the CEFR familiarization and formative assessment in Malaysia. Currently working as a lecturer at the English Language Teaching Center, she is always hungry for new knowledge and experiences. Our second speaker, Puan Noriza Abdul Bari, describes her 30 years of experience in MOE as a colorful teaching journey. She started her first 10 years of service as a primary school teacher before she started teaching in the secondary school in 2002. She joined ELTC in February 2016 until February 2020. She was a master trainer for CEFR familiarization in 2016 and formative assessment in 2018. She was also in the panel of writers of the teacher guide implementing the CEFR aligned curriculum. At present, she is an English teacher at Sekolah Menengah Agama Sheikh Haji Muhammad Said Seremban. Without further ado, I would like to invite Puan Noriza to start the ball rolling.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. Firstly, let me give a general rundown on the English language curriculum in Malaysia. In the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013-2025, a decision was made to align curriculum and assessment to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or widely known as CEFR. The CEFR consists of 6 reference levels from A1 to C2, which are widely accepted as a global standard guideline used to describe achievements of language learners. Basically, one is a basic user if he or she is at the A1 or A2 level, an independent user at B1 or B2, and a proficient user if one is at the C1 or C2 level. How does Malaysia incorporate the CEFR in the curriculum? As you can see from the slide here, based on the Malaysian Standard-Based English Language Curriculum, or SBELC, the curriculum aspirational target levels according to the CEFR have been set at pre-A1 to A2 for primary, while A2 to B1 for the secondary pupils. The focus of this webinar is the secondary levels. Thus, we are going to share strategies most appropriate for A2 to B1. In other words, our target audience should be the basic to independent users of the English language. Now, I am going to dive deeper into the Malaysian curriculum. The SBELC focuses on the importance of sustaining the use of English language both within and beyond the classroom. In this slide, you can see that the SBELC emphasizes the modular approach. This approach ensures that all the 4 language skills, listening, speaking, reading and writing, and the aspects of grammar and literature in action are given due focus and attention during the teaching and learning process. These skills and aspects are connected through topics under the 4 broad themes: people and culture, science and technology, health and environment, and consumerism and financial awareness. This allows pupils to engage in classroom activities that relate to real-life situations. For this webinar, we are going to focus on the speaking skill based on these 4 themes. Now, I would like to invite Hasrina to throw light upon speaking in the CEFR.
Thank you, Noriza. So, what type of speaking do we have under the CFR descriptions? Speaking is divided into two: spoken interaction and spoken production. I would like to point out that there are two icons here to represent these two types of speaking, which will be displayed throughout this webinar. The first icon showing two people interacting represents spoken interaction, while the icon that shows one person speaking represents spoken in production. When you see each of these icons on the slides, you would know the type of speaking activity it refers to. So here are the descriptions of what pupils can do at each level for spoken interaction. If you look at the CFR A2 level, basically pupils can interact in structured situations and short conversations, and can manage simple routine exchanges in predictable everyday situations. Besides, pupils can communicate in simple and routine tasks and can handle very short social exchanges. At the CFR B1 level, pupils can do more complex and advanced tasks. People can exploit a wide range of simple language in most situations and can even enter unprepared conversations on familiar topics, express personal opinions, and exchange information. Furthermore, pupils can communicate in familiar, routine, and non routine matters. In addition, pupils can also exchange, check, and confirm information, as well as explain why something is a problem. They can express their thoughts on more abstract cultural topics as well. Under spoken production, CFR A2 pupils can give simple descriptions or presentations as a short series of simple phrases and sentences. In contrast, CFR B1 pupils can reasonably fluently sustain a straightforward description as a linear sequence of points. Now that we have got the idea of what pupils can do at A2 and B1 levels, let us present to you 7 speaking strategies that can be used in either face-to-face or online sessions with your pupils. You may also want to adopt and adapt these strategies to suit your pupils' abilities. The first strategy is find the fiction, where two true and one false statements are given, where pupils have to find the false one. Next is Desert Island, which revolves around using critical thinking and problem solving skills for the survival of the fittest. In improv, pupils need to give impromptu responses, while in the quest, they need to take part in a scavenger hunt. As for Emoji Story, pupils tell stories using emojis. The sixth strategy, role an alien, gives the opportunity for pupils to create their own alien, while the last strategy, Pecha Kucha, is about presenting 20 slides within 20 seconds allocated for each slide. To start off with the speaking strategies, Noriza will enlighten us on the first one. Noriza?
Thank you, Hasrina. Let's get started. The first strategy that I am going to introduce to you is find the fiction. You can use this activity to teach your pupils on why it is important to stop spreading fake news and debunk myths, especially when all sorts of information are easily available online. In this activity, they need to spot the fake news or statement. This can be done in pairs or groups. Each pupil needs to prepare 3 statements, 2 true and 1 false. Pupils read their statements aloud. Their partners or team members need to identify which 2 statements are true and which one statement is false. They need to justify or give reasons for their pick. They can always make corrections to the false statement. For instance, we can use this strategy for a topic on COVID 19 under the theme of science and technology. Now let's look at the example. Hasrina, can you identify the fake statement? After identifying the fixed statement, you need to justify your pick. I give you time to read through.
Hmm. I think I would pick the first one as the false statement because, as far as I know, COVID-19 can spread in all climates.
Oh, okay. Now, let's check your answer, shall we? Yes, you are correct, Hasrina. The first statement is false. Good job for guessing it correctly. You have even mentioned that COVID 19 can spread in all climates. As you can see here, pupils can also give further explanation about how to stop COVID 19 from spreading. For example, in this sample answer, it is stated that the best way to protect yourself against COVID 19 is by maintaining a physical distance of at least 1 meter from one another and frequently cleaning your hands. By doing this, you eliminate viruses that may be on your hands and avoid infection that could occur by then touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. The answer given by your pupils should be according to their competency levels. So don't worry so much about the length of their answers. The main idea is for the pupils to be able to justify or make corrections to their answers. Teachers, are you ready to try this strategy out with your pupils? Just to recap, on the CEFR levels for spoken interaction, A2 pupils can handle very short social exchanges like Hasrina's answer, while B1 pupils can check and explain why the statement is a problem, just like the sample answer given previously. We do hope it is clear to you on how we inculcate pupils' CEFR levels for the speaking skills through this strategy. The other following strategies will also lead us in the same direction as well. Moving on, let's take a look at the second strategy, Desert Island. This strategy will boost pupils' critical thinking and problem solving skills. One of the aspirations of the Standards Based Secondary Curriculum, KSSM, is to develop pupils with 21st century skills, which give emphasis on thinking skills as well as life skills on one's career based on pure value practices. It aims at producing pupils with characteristics defined in the pupil's profile. One of the profiles is thinker, where pupils are able to think critically, creatively, and innovatively, can solve complex problems, and make ethical judgments. That's what this strategy is about. The theme I am going to do is on people and culture. First, pupils are divided into groups of 4 or 5. Next, the teacher needs to draw lots to choose one representative from each group. The one chosen will be the drifter, while the other group members will be the islanders. Each islander now has to create a rule and has to create an interview question based on the rule. When all interview questions are ready, the drifters will start swimming to all islands to be interviewed by the islanders. After completing the whole interview sessions, each island will offer their chosen drifters the opportunity to live on their island and justify why they offer to them. The drifters then need to decide whether to accept or reject the offers. If they choose to reject the offers, they need to provide an explanation. For those drifters who have not received any offer from any island, they will decide which island they want to live on and explain why. Here is an example of a group or an island. The Dadidu Islanders have decided on some of the rules for their island. For example, they have decided that the drifters must be able to start a fire and be able to do a stand up comedy. Based on these rules, they have created two interview questions. How do you start a fire from scratch? And tell me one good joke. Based on the drifter's answer, based on the drifters' answers, the islanders then can discuss and decide whether or not to offer the drifters to live on their island. So, Hasrina, since you have swum to my island, I would like to ask you to tell me a joke.
Hmm. Let me think of one. Okay. What did the banana say to the cat?
The banana to the cat?
Yes.
Mm, meow.
Oh, okay. Interesting answer. But actually, nothing because bananas cannot talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's a good one, Hasrina. After this, I need to discuss with my fellow islanders if you are worthy to be living on my island.
Okay, thank you so much, Noriza, for giving me the opportunity to be a comedian for a while. I hope all of you will offer me to live on your island after this. While you are deliberating with your fellow islanders, let me continue to the next strategy, which is improv. It is an improvisational theater that is often called improvisation or improv in short, where it is unplanned and unscripted, in which everything is created spontaneously, which results in impromptu responses. There are different types of improv games, but for this webinar, I will explain one improv game that you can do with your pupils. It is called numbers game under the people and culture theme. This can be conducted either in pairs or groups. To make it more fun, you can ask spontaneous ideas from the class. First, you can ask your pupils to suggest a scene or a setting. After choosing one, assign a number from 1 to 10 to each group member. Then they have to play out the scene with the assigned number of words. So, for example, let's just say that the scene is at a convenience shop. There are three pupils in a group: Nurin, Mishka, and Chai Hong. So, Nurin is assigned with 3 words, Mishka with 9 words, and Chai Hong with 5 words. It is preferably best to assign each pupil with a different number of words. What you can do to make sure all follow their number of words is to make sure they lift their fingers to show everybody how many words that they have used using this sample dialogue. For example, where's the chocolate? I don't know. Maybe you want the cashews instead. No way. She'll go nuts. It's that simple, isn't it? So let the pupils be creative in creating their dialogues and allow them to help each other out in keeping to their assigned number of words. It can be challenging for some students, but they are going to have fun conducting this activity. Do try this out with your pupils. Our next strategy is known as the quest. It is similar to a scavenger hunt. You can use this as a set induction where here I'm going to demonstrate to you on how you can use this strategy under the consumerism and financial awareness theme using advertisement. First, you need to indicate one specific detail on an object. For example, if I want to focus on the color, so I have chosen red. So if this is conducted online, you can ask the pupils to find that object without leaving their place and bring it to the camera like this. Okay. If this is conducted in the class, pupils can raise the object like this. Okay. After having the object, they need to advertise it to the others. So Noriza, can you please just find any object that is red in color near you?
Aha. Here, I have found a red color pencil.
Okay, very good. Then, so now can you please advertise your red pencil to your friends here?
Um, you should get this red pencil because it's very useful for us to color objects in red, like roses and fire engines.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a great way to promote your red pencil, Noriza. A pointer for teachers out there. You need to make sure that you ask for objects that are easily accessible to pupils. Hence, when indicating the specific details, make sure it is quite common for pupils to find the object around them. So the main idea here is to make sure that they talk about the object that they have chosen. Don't worry so much if they don't sound like they are advertising the object, but we just want to make sure that they are able to describe the object even in a simple form. The objective is to make the pupils build their confidence level in speaking through a simple task of describing the chosen object. Here is a sample of the activity. Let's say that you ask them to find something that they use every day, and one of your pupils shares his or her object, which is a face mask. Okay, so the advertisement might sound like this. Okay, you should buy this face mask because it is so gentle on the skin with modern patterns. The price is reasonable too. Get yours today. Again, the answer given by your pupils should be according to their competency levels. As you can refer to this here at the CFR A2 level for spoken production, pupils can give a simple description just like Noriza's answer, while CFR B1 pupils can present a linear sequence of points, just like the sample answer given previously. It is helpful to use these descriptors when thinking of ways to help pupils in speaking in English. We do hope you can see the link between the descriptors and the suggested strategies that we are going to present to you afterwards. Now, I'm going to pass the baton to Noriza to explain about the next strategy, which is the emoji story. Noriza?
Thank you, Hasrina. This is another fun activity to do with your pupils. It is called the Emoji Story. It can be done in pairs or groups. Pupils nowadays like to use emojis in WhatsApp, Telegram, and other chat applications to express themselves. So, this strategy is closely related to them. However, instead of showing their feelings using emojis, now they need to use emojis to tell a story. The example that I am going to show you today is based on the theme of people and culture under the title My Holiday Trip. These are examples of emojis provided. If you were to do it online, you can ask pupils to search for them during their online lesson. On the other hand, if you were to do it during a face to face lesson, you can ask your pupils to search for the emojis before class, or you can prepare a few emojis for them. Now, take a look at the arrangement of the emojis. Can you guess what the story is about, Hasrina?
Hmm. Let me just give it a shot, okay? My family went to a beach. We went swimming and played volleyball. Uh, then we stayed at a hotel nearby. We bought burgers and ice cream. So when we went back, okay, let me try this. When we went back, we saw a ghost in our room and we tried to record it. The next day, we checked out and we went shopping to buy clothes and sushi. After that, we went home. We were tired but happy.
Oh, interesting story there you have, Hasrina. Let's look at one sample story using these emojis. Take a little time to read through. Teachers, pupils will definitely come up with stories in various versions. Some might even surprise you. Never mind if there are one or two emojis left out from the stories they tell. Remember, we aspire to motivate them to speak. Do have fun carrying out this activity with your pupils. Okay, what do you see on your screen?
Emoji.
Emoji.
Yes, what do you see there? Emojis. Okay, emojis, correct? Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Can you tell me some of the feelings that you see shown by the emojis? Norain,
Happy.
happy? Aisha? Okay. Worry? Let's describe what people you see in the picture are doing. Okay, some people, okay, what are they doing? Okay, each one of you, okay, will have to give me one sentence of what they are doing there, as you can see in the picture. Or if not people, what can you see in the picture? Everyone has to tell me something.
People
Okay.
spending time together.
People having a picnic by the beach.
Okay. Now, I need for you to tell me, okay, um, of your experience, okay, joining the holiday, joining me for the holiday at PD. Okay, so when I call your name, I will show you one emoji and you tell me, okay, your experience. Okay. In other words, you will tell me how you spent the holiday with me at Port Dickson. Okay. So what we did there, okay, we have come back after 3 days and 2 nights at PD. Okay. So now it's time for you to tell the other fellow schoolmates of yours, okay, about what you did there, okay, and your experience, okay, during that 3 days and 2 nights stay. Okay, Zulfa, okay, by looking at the emoji, can you start telling us the story?
Um, I went to Port Dickson with my friends. We had fun together.
We reached at the beach in the afternoon.
Some of my friends are playing volleyball.
Can we continue the story?
We went shopping for some clothes.
Okay, we went shopping for some clothes.
It was an exciting holiday that I will never forget.
Okay, that was part of a recording on how I conducted the Emoji Story activity with some of my pupils. After watching the video, I hope you have got the idea on how to conduct this strategy. This is another strategy that your pupils might like because it involves creativity when creating your own alien. It is called Roll an Alien. All you need is a dice, paper, and pens or pencils. They just need to roll the dice and draw away. If it is an online lesson, you can use the virtual dice and ask your pupils to draw their own version of the alien on Jamboard or other drawing applications. Let me show you how. This strategy is related to the theme Science and Technology under the title My Alien. It can be conducted in pairs or groups. It is a very simple activity. For example, upon the first roll, pupils need to draw the body of the alien, depending on what number they have got. Second roll, they draw the eyes, and so on. After they have completed their drawing, they need to present the aliens to the class orally alongside other descriptions. For example, which planet they live on, what technology they used to get to Earth, or how they use technology in their daily lives. Pupils will have fun drawing and talking about all kinds of aliens. Don't you think the pupils would have so much fun in your speaking class, teachers? Let's look at another strategy that will add more fun to your lessons. Over to you again, Hasrina.
Thank you again, Noriza. I will definitely have fun creating my own alien. Last but not least is Pecha Kucha. What is Pecha Kucha? It comes from the Japanese language, which means chit chat. It has the concept of show and tell, where it involves 20 slides with 20 seconds of commentary per slide. Here, I will share with you on how to use Pecha Kucha for the topic natural disaster, which falls under the theme of health and environment. You can display a collection of photos on natural disasters in the world and ask pupils to describe each picture, either impromptu or pupils can do a scripted presentation. You can even have less slides to suit the level of your pupils. So, what you need to explain to your pupils is about setting the time limit. Ask pupils to set the slideshow timing for each slide for 20 seconds. If you want them to do impromptu speech, you can ask pupils to describe the photo and tell which natural disaster it is. For lower proficiency pupils, you can ask them to prepare and practice their presentation within 20 seconds per slide. Besides, you can ask them to mention vocabulary associated with the photos. Let's look at these two photos in the next slides that have been set to 20 seconds per slide. I am going to ask Noriza to try this one. So, are you ready to try this out, Noriza?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I will start the presentation and you will have to describe the photos. So, I'll start the presentation now.
Okay. Oh, I can see that this is an earthquake. There is a lot of damage that has destroyed the building structure in its aftermath. It is a bit unsteady for the rescue team to move around with rubbles everywhere. This is a flood where I can see that a van is being submerged in the water. Nobody is around. Probably they have been rescued and moved to a flood relief center. I can see the murky water all over the place.
Okay, so thank you, Noriza. So that's how you can see how the slides move from one slide to another. As you can see from the demonstration previously, you need to allow pupils to either describe what they can see in the photos in complete sentences like what Noriza did, or to just provide some vocabulary that is associated with the photos. You can also prompt your pupils in describing the photos, especially if they experience some difficulties to do so. So, there you go. That's the end of our sharing of 7 engaging strategies to enhance speaking for you to do with your pupils. We hope that you can start using these strategies with them. If you have used some of these strategies already with your pupils, please share your experience in the chat column. We also appreciate feedback from you on our sharing of these strategies. So feel free to type it in the chat column too.
Thank you so much to our speakers, Puan Noriza and Cik Hasrina, for sharing these 7 engaging strategies with us today. I hope that you have enjoyed this webinar and gained so much knowledge on implementing speaking strategies in your class. I am sure that you will be very excited to try out these strategies with your pupils. Before we end this webinar session, I would like to share some information on the courses that we offer. Currently, the English Language Teaching Pedagogy Department is offering 5 CEFR courses available on Improve. We have CEFR Familiarization for Primary, CEFR Familiarization for Secondary, Curriculum Induction for Year 5 and Year 6, Curriculum Induction for Form 5, and last but not least, Learning Material Adaptation and Design. We would like to invite all of you to participate in these courses, as these are open courses which you can join anytime, anywhere at your own convenience. Please visit our website improve.eltc.edu.my for more information. Thank you all for joining this webinar. Have a nice day.